Hashtag T2P. Come and take a sip of the thought with me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Wednesday. And if you don't know anything else on this Wednesday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, good morning, Tanisha. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Titan?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our workshop Wednesday, and we are coming to you today because we're going to talk about a couple of things. But we're going to talk about the 6 most common mistakes that are killing your credit.
Mm.
Look, I didn't even know it was 6. Look at that. Look at that.
Uh,
Look at that.
Look, at least.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's actually going to work. So, Talisha, how was the weekend? How's your week been going? What's going on with you today?
So, wait, what today Wednesday? Yes. So my week has been going good because I swear I feel like on Monday, after Shanita gave me a huge shout out, so on her page, so I can't appreciate,
Oh, yes.
I can't even say enough how much I appreciate her and Timothy for doing the shout out for me. So with that alone, I've been staying pretty busy trying to help serve more people and get their credit straight. And then trying to travel a little bit to the beach. I'm scared to go anywhere too, enclosed. So
Right.
yeah.
I do understand. So, anything new on the horizon?
Mm. Yes, business wise, yes. I'm
Yeah.
always doing something. So I'll have to talk to you about the whole e-commerce side that I'm looking at. But
Okay.
with the credit
Okay.
repair, I'm basically just going full force with credit and kind of weaning away from the graphic and design because I really love helping people improve their credit.
Right. Right.
Priceless. But I'm a human resources background, so I'm used to working with people, and fixing problems. That's what I
Right.
do. I'm a
Okay.
problem fixer.
Okay. Well, I am in it. I am all for it. I can't wait to hear. We're gonna see what's what. Let's see. Good morning, Casey. Good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is our workshop Wednesday this morning with Talisha Daggs here, and we're going to talk about the 6 most common things, right, that are killing your credit. But y'all know what we do, how we do it. Y'all know what we get into. So what we want to do is we want you to take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important, right? Acknowledge that you're important. Acknowledge that you're here, right? We got so much going on. We still in COVID. We're still doing things with COVID. So we want you to go ahead and make sure that you just take a moment and acknowledge your breath. And how we do that here on the Thought to Ponder, we take 3 breaths. The first one, I'm going to count it out. The second one, I'm not going to count, but I'll do the hand motions, right? And then the third one, we'll go ahead and count it out, but then we're going to make some noise when we release it, okay? All right, y'all ready? Let's go ahead and get into these breaths really quick. Talisha, are you ready for these breaths? You know,
I think so.
look.
It's been a minute. I might not be able to hold the whole thing, but I'm with you.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to take the first breath. And the first breath, I'm going to count it out. It's at a 5 pace. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's not so much the 5, right? But it's that you're just actually taking the breath and recentering yourself and relaxing and getting ready for what we're about to do today. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning. All right. On the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath. And then we're going to go ahead and do the 5 count and then blow it out. All right. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew.
That
I know
felt
it
good.
kind of moved kind of fast on that one.
That was good time.
Look. That's what people be telling me every time. But I don't know why you be trying to make us choke tight. And I be like, look, I'm just trying to
Pass out, not be able to finish the rest of the show.
look. I'm just trying to make sure that we good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the second one. Remember, I'm not going to count this go round, but I will do the hand movements. And what you want to do is just take it in. Get to 5 if you can. If you get to 3, that's just fine as well. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. So, ladies and gentlemen, you should feel a little tingle. Nothing too crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this last breath, what we want you to do is to take the breath in, acknowledge whatever the issue, the problem, the concern is, and then just acknowledge that you're loved, that you're in light, and things are good. And we want you to make some noise. That's what we want you to do. So when you let this breath go, I want you to make some noise. Now, again, Talisha and I are not responsible if you're at work, if you're somewhere, you start hollering and screaming, and they take you. Hey, we're not responsible. But we want you to be a little bit feeling free this morning. On the count of 3, we're going to take the deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And
Who you try to give me on that one?
yeah, that last one I was trying to like hold it for a little while, but look, this is not working. This is not working. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all know what we like to do. Talisha know how it goes. We do it every time we come with y'all. So we want to now we didn't loosen you up. Now we want to wake you up. Now we want to give you a little something. I think I heard you say that you were ready. So if you're ready, then let's go. Let's get it. Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Soon ta ta doom doom 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 ta doom T2P. Check us out. T2P. Check us out. Zoom ta doom doom 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 ta doom T2P. Check us out. T2P. Check us out. T2P. Check us out. Rah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Wednesday. And this morning, we're going to talk about the 6 most common things that you are doing that could be killing your credit.
That part.
Okay. So, Talisha, tell us a little something for those that are just tuning in for the first time today or checking us out. What is it that you actually do?
So I am an agent for a credit restoration company, right? So with credit restoration, we are cleaning up the negative items on your credit report in order to get you the things that you need, the lower interest rates.
Right.
Whereas, and people are, and I'm glad you asked that, like, what do I do? So, credit restoration company, we look for inaccurate, obsolete, or erroneous information on your credit reports. And so, based off any of those categories, if we can find something in there, then those items will we request to get those items removed from your credit report through the credit bureaus. So most people, they have like collections and things sitting on their credit report that all they need is it to be disputed because there's probably something erroneous, inaccurate, or obsolete information. And then, of course, we know right now more and more people are shopping online. So that means what for hackers? They trying to get in and get our information, use our credit, use our debit cards, use all of, our personal stuff. So with that, we also offer identity monitoring and budgeting tools. So we have a whole package to
Okay.
get people on the road to financial wellness. So our main
Right.
thing, my main thing is clearing up negative items on credit reports. But then we also do way more than that by offering financial solutions as far as
Mm,
budgeting, savings goals, just so many things.
gotcha.
I was gonna say about the debt consolidation. I'm kind of getting farther along, but with the debt consolidation, because people always ask, what's the difference between credit repair and debt consolidation? With debt
Mhm.
consolidation, you're allowing all of you, you're combining all of your debts into one, and then it's not, it's to lower payments. It's not to clear your credit. So that's something to
Okay.
understand, debt consolidation. So if you're
Right.
trying to get negative items off your credit report, then you need credit restoration. If
Exactly.
you're trying to not get in trouble on your credit, then you need debt consolidation.
Correct. So,
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so with debt consolidation, that means that I have so much debt and that I can't truly pay it. So I need to have it consolidated so that I can make a payment or pay it off.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
Because
that's
once you
good.
are gone, it's kind of pointless to do debt consolidation, like how I was after my divorce. I
Mhm.
mean, things were so far gone and it was so much. I was just like, ah. And now I did try the debt consolidation, but the
Right.
process is pretty long. Like you're waiting. I think they told me it would be like a year and a half, 2 years before I actually start seeing results. I'm like,
Yeah, like
right? So I repaired my credit on my own in my 20s. And I was like, well,
uh-huh.
I'll just do it on my own. So I canceled paying that almost $200 a month for debt consolidation and
Yeah,
started working on it on my own. So you can repair your own credit, but it's very time consuming. And I'm a
yeah,
human resources background, and it was a lot for me. And I'm
right.
a paper pusher, like they say we are. So yes, that's the difference. That's what I do. I do the cleanup, not the consolidating and reducing debt.
Exactly, exactly. A lot of times people, me included, was like, you know what, bump this. I'm not paying this amount of money. I'm gonna do this on my own. And then you get into it and you're like, what the, like, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
Have you ever like had something that somebody said, oh well, yeah, I did it myself. But you ask them, well, how did you do it? And then they give you this long, like, oh, I did this. And you was like, wait a minute, no, no, that's not what I want to do. I'm just gonna pay somebody to do it because people
Yes.
know that I'm gonna be able to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah,
That's the
that's
thing,
pretty
thinking
good.
about the money that it costs to repair your credit. People are thinking about it the wrong way. That's not a
Uh-huh.
bill. Repairing your credit, paying for credit repair is not a bill. We need to
Right.
clear this up. That's an investment in your financial future. It's not
That
a bill.
that part.
People
That
get that so confused.
Well, you know what? But it makes sense because anytime that we are doing something, right? And I don't know that this to be true, and I hope people understand when I say this why I'm saying it. But most of the time, we think of something that's going to benefit us as a chore, like you said, like a bill. So we don't invest in ourselves because we're thinking, okay, I need something quick, like to happen right
Yeah,
now. I'm not
yeah,
going to pay this for months on end. But when you really think about it, like you said, it's an investment. You literally have to invest in better credit, being able
mhm,
to get a house, being able to get cars, being able to do, or just have a better credit score, period.
yeah, yes. Because look, we in hurricane season right now, right?
Okay. Haven't
Some
it
folks
been
gonna
raining
lose
around
their
here?
cars. Yes, some folks gonna lose their cars this hurricane season, unfortunately. And then some folks are gonna need some credit,
Okay.
for either, because if you can't even get a credit card, so if you have an emergency situation and you can't even get a credit card because your credit
Yeah.
always sucks. Or you can't go replace your car that you lost in the flood because your credit always sucks. Or
Right.
you can't go and purchase a home or even get into an apartment because your credit sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you're paying way more on bad credit.
Right, right. And I think a lot of people really don't get that. We were just talking about what was I was saying? You gotta You got a what was it? A car with a BMW engine. What was it?
Yeah. You driving a Ford Focus with a BMW car note.
Yes,
You
yes,
know what I'm saying? Get
yeah.
the BMW and pay the Ford Focus car note.
Come on, come on.
That's what happens when
We
you
were
got good
just talking about this the other day. We were talking about how we are so bent on having things to where we're willing to pay out the behind for something that we truly don't have to do that, right? Um, I had a friend of mine. This was some years ago, and I just told this story to Ian the other day. That I had a friend of mine that went and got a car from one of those side lots
the
because
buyer.
their credit was messed up. Went and got the car, and the crazy part about the car that they were paying like um two something, almost $300 every 2 weeks. Okay, that's not including insurance, right? That's just car note.
That your premium is going to be higher because your credit sucks.
Exactly, exactly. And then not only that, Talisha, they were sitting here like if that payment was not in on the hour at the time it was supposed to be, 5 minutes late, they cut the car off. My friend car got stuck in the driveway,
What?
locking people in because he did not pay the bill.
Oh,
Pay the bill at the time that it was supposed to be paid, and he was like a 30 minutes late or something like that. They turned his car off. Literally, the car sat there until he made the payment. Then he was able to move the car.
I don't even know what's worse, getting it told or that.
Exactly. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. I'm not gonna knock nobody for your hustle. Your hustle is your hustle. If you got to hustle to get you a ride, then you hustle and get you a ride.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't it be great if you were able to hustle with good credit?
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
that part.
If you were able to hustle with
You
good
know,
credit.
the feeling of when you walk into a car dealership and not walking in there saying, "Can I please get this car?"
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like when I walk in and be like, "That one, that's the one I want."
Okay, exactly. Exactly. Or you walk in and they say, "Oh, you're gonna get this car." And you're like, "But I don't want that car. I want this car." No, you're gonna get this car. Because
Yeah,
that's all you can truly afford.
like, sir, have you seen your credit?
Exactly. So we're just gonna go back here and check on your credit. They come back, they're like, "You're getting that car."
Yeah, yes, sir. We confirmed it.
Getting
Yeah.
that car because there's no way. Yes. All
Come
right.
back
So
in 6 months.
huh?
Tell them come back in 6 months, clean your credit.
Okay. Now, and so Talisha, tell them, let people know that it's not that hard to clean up your credit if you go in the right direction, if you invest in that. Because some people seem to think that, like you said earlier, you were trying to do this, but it was going to take 2 years or 3 years, something like that. And a lot of people don't see or hear or understand that it doesn't take that long. You just got to be able to go at it and do it.
Yes, yes. And so, right, because regardless of who you go with as far as credit repair, you
Mhm.
probably need some help with your credit repair, right?
Right.
But regardless of who you go with, you want to make sure that they disputing every negative item on
Mhm.
all three credit reports at one time.
Right.
That's key because so many people go to I always say Lexington Law because I did Lexington Law, so I'm speaking from my own experience.
Right.
After I tried the debt consolidation, I really was trying to clean up my credit for a minute before I landed where I'm at now. So I tried the debt consolidation when they said the 1 year, 2 years, and then I got creditors calling. So what they were doing was letting my accounts go into default, and then once
Uh-huh.
they're in default, then they reduce the payment. But your account has been sold, so your payment is going to be reduced anyway. I could have go in default on my own for the $180 I was paying them to let it go into default.
How
You
about
feel me?
that?
So that's why it's a 1 or 2 year process because they let that stuff go into default and then you paying the lower price on it.
Mhm.
So and then I tried Lexington Law because I knew it was time consuming to do my credit. Like I said, doing my credit on my own in my 20s was a lot different from doing it in my 40s, because you have way more
Mhm.
on the credit file. So with Lexington Law, when I realized what they were doing was disputing two to three items a time per credit report. Here, so now we're going to end up with a
Mm,
whole other 2-year process. But the
right,
way we do it, we dispute every negative item at one time on all three credit reports, which means you stay in the program for a shorter amount of time. Now there
right,
are some people, who's they may end up, you don't have to, even with the best of programs, they may end up being in a program for a year. I mean, real talk, if your credit starts with a 400, you may be in there way longer than some, other people. For myself, for instance,
right.
when I started, my credit score was at 487. So I had a long way to go. I had a long way to go. And I would have never thought that I would be here now from back then when I started. But oh my gosh. So yeah, that's one of my tips is no matter who you go with me or don't go with me or go with whoever you want to, but make sure that they're disputing all negative items on all three credit reports at all times, because
And
otherwise you're spending way more money than you have to.
okay, exactly.
Okay. Okay. But for less than $3 a day, you can just go ahead and pay someone to repair your credit. What are you wasting $3 a day on?
Okay, that part, and you're wasting more than $3 a day because if you go to any
Exactly.
kind of food restaurant,
Shopping online. How many people spending 40, 50, 60 on up a day on Amazon? You definitely spending that.
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that you don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
You don't want to talk about it.
Casey said yes, they will cut off. They will cut it off in a minute because my cousin did the same thing and she had to pay. We was at church. I'm telling y'all.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling
See?
y'all, they will cut that car off. I have seen it. Like literally, they send that signal to the car and it kills the engine, and you cannot start that car until you make that payment. Once you make that payment, you can drive on out. You can be good.
And see, you kind of telling on yourself in two ways. One, you telling on yourself that you can't pay your car note. Two, you telling that your credit sucked when you bought that car. Because when you go to a reputable dealership, they ain't shutting down your car.
They're not shutting down your car, and then not only that. So here's the flip side. You go and you get these $500 down payments or $499 or whatever it is, but then you don't tell nobody that basically you got to pay $300 every 2 weeks, and that's not including insurance. So literally, you're paying $600 to $800 a month for a vehicle, where you could get your credit together, go to a reputable car lot, and I'm not saying these other car lots because they serve a purpose, right?
Yes.
But you could literally go there and literally get a car note that's $300, $350, $400 altogether, $500 maybe with insurance. That extra $300 to $400 you pocketing, you keep it in your pocket. But that's all because you have good, like your credit is good. I'm not saying you got to have 850 or 900 credit, or I'm just talking numbers. But like if your credit score is to the point to where you cannot, like you said, walk in somewhere comfortably and say, this is what I want,
Instead of saying, can I have? Can I get?
Look. What's the old saying they used to say? Oh, can you borrow me? How you through?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what you mean? Can you borrow me?
You mean borrow me? Can you loan me? Yeah.
All right. So, Talisha, let's go with it. What are the 6 most common things that are killing your credit?
So before I start, it's important to understand that 35% of your credit score is on-time payment history. So let's start there. So that being said, 130-day late is enough to reduce your credit score a significant number, right? So the thing, 30-day late, paying the payments 30 days late. So once you pay a bill 30 days late, then that's going to hit your credit report, and then that's going to reduce your score significantly because that's the top area credit factor. Right. So you have to pay your bills on time, even if it's minimum. And if you can't pay your bill, pick up the phone, call your creditor. pick up your phone, call your creditor. They don't want to take back whatever they've loaned you, or they don't want to have to chase you to get their money back. Just pick up the phone and call them. Especially right now during COVID, they'll work with you and still not ding you with a 30-day late on your credit report. So you have to speak up. If you just can't in the situation, speak up and see what options are available for you. Because 1 30-day late is huge. And you'll find, like, for people that are trying to buy, let's say, a home, a lot of times they want to see that you haven't made any late payments for a year.
Right.
So that 30 days, a 30-day late payment is huge. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make, and they think it's not that big of a deal, where it really is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
So the second one is the credit utilization. That's 30% of your overall credit score. So you see payment history and how much of your credit available how much credit you have available are huge. They account for over half of your credit score.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a credit card, you want to make sure you keep that credit card under 30% utilization. And again, if you're planning on buying a house within the next 6 months to a year, you want it under 20% utilization. Right. Because that's 30%, that can significantly affect your credit score. And you want all lenders to see that you are a responsible person to lend to.
Right.
So if you go in to try to purchase a car or a home and your stuff is maxed out, they already know that you're struggling financially. Okay. Because if your stuff is maxed out, then you're struggling financially, or you're not budgeting. You have some financial issues going on.
Right.
So you want to. Here's a tip for with your credit cards. Make sure you know when they report to the credit bureau. So you want to make your payment 2 to 3 days, well, about 3 days before they report to the credit bureau. And even if you got to go back and use the money afterwards, there's a bigger issue there that you got to go back and use it afterwards. But if you have to, once they report, then go ahead and use the money. But when you know that they're reporting to the credit bureau, you want that credit card, the utilization, to be under 30%. So if you got a credit card with $1,000 limit, when they report to the credit bureaus, you don't want no more than $300 on that credit card. You need to have $700 available credit on that credit card. And that's huge. I always tell people, never underestimate the power of reducing your debt.
Right. Gotcha.
Yes, it's huge. It's huge.
Wow. So just to kind of like piggyback real quick. So basically, our on-time payments. I always say, me and my nephew just had a conversation the other day, and I was saying that what's most important for me, and this is what my grandmother used to say, and I don't know if they knew back then, right, about credit, but my grandmother used to always say that if you're on time with your payments, if you're always making your payments, you're never late, then you show them that they can trust you, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing now, you know. Mm-hmm. And I used to always be like, well, I'll just pay, you know, this, I'll pay 50 here and 50 over here, and I'll be good. But you're right. When you think about it, by being 35% of your credit score is on-time payment, you need to make those payments. Like, you need to make those payments. If you don't do nothing else, I'm gonna tell you what I did when COVID, right before COVID hit. I don't know why, but I paid up like my bills. I made sure that I kind of overpaid for a couple of months. COVID first hit, like the first 3 months, I really wasn't worried about bills because I had kind of overpaid a little bit. I had put more in. And so a friend of mine was like, well, why are you doing that? Like, that makes no sense. And I said, I don't know why, but I'm doing it because one thing you can look at on my credit score or my credit report is that my payments are always on time. Now, my credit utilization, that's a different story. But the on-time, I always have that. So I do understand that it's really, really important. And then also, too, you said contact them.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of your creditors or people that you have credit with, or that you have bills with or things like that, call them because
Mhm.
most of the time, like you said, they want to work it out with you.
Yes. And
Yeah.
right now they're mandated by the CARES Act of what they have to do when someone calls and say that they, can't pay their bills on time. So take
Wow.
advantage of the CARES Act right now during COVID because that covers lenders not reporting late payments
Oh, okay.
to consumers. So
Okay.
it's really important to make that call if you just can't. Or and I mean, heck, if the minimum payment $15, just pay the $15.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then there the whole talk with the stimulus, the second round of stimulus checks. You can even if you don't need that to catch up, use
Right.
that to pay down debt. Don't
Yes.
buy some shoes and we ain't going nowhere for a minute anyway. Not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, look. I'm like this. When that stimulus check came in, it was if I have a car note, if I have a mortgage, if I
Mm-hmm.
have pay up on that. Like,
Pay up.
look, look. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little secret for those of y'all. Send in a principal only payment. I'm telling y'all,
Yes.
out here getting a stimulus check and you still have a car note or you still have some type of note that you're paying, even on your credit card. I'm telling you, make
Mm-hmm.
invest in that because y'all, if this keeps continuing, and we're not gonna be getting these stimulus checks all the time. So
No.
yeah.
Because this one is a struggle. But I mean, if we don't mask up and socially distance, we're gonna be right here next year looking just like we looking. Everybody got to do their part. Like you got to just stop being
Yeah.
so. But,
I was gonna say how we looking, Talisha. How we looking? Looking just like you looking.
okay.
Looking just like you looking. So yes,
Yes. Yes.
indeed. Okay,
Okay.
so are we on? So I'm sorry. What number we on?
We on number 3.
Number 3.
Collections.
Gotcha.
Collections. Let's talk about collections. Let's talk about paying off collections. Okay. So once an account go to collections, do not ever admit to owing that debt. I don't give a if you owe it or not. Stop admitting to owing these debts. You know how many people I talked to and they paid off thousands and thousands of collections, and then they're coming to me and they don't want to spend no more money to get their credit fixed. But already because already wasted your money on paying collections that was gonna do nothing for your credit. Nothing for your credit. It is not going to improve your credit if you pay off your collections unless you get in writing that they're going to remove that debt once it's
Right.
paid off.
So
Otherwise,
when the account goes to collections, stop what?
don't make no payment and don't agree to anything. Don't agree to that debt. No, you can't tell me that's my debt. So here's how it happens. Bing, hello. I know I knew mine when I was going through the credit process because they would call me and they would say Talisha Brown and I'd be like click because they were going by my maiden name, all my old stuff,
Right.
right? So a couple of them got me with the Talisha Dags, right? So, I answer and they're telling me, this is an attempt to collect the debt, the whole little spiel that they give you. And I let them know, this is not my debt, but whatever you're saying is my debt, go ahead and send it to me in writing.
Right.
So if they can't send it to you in writing and then they put it on your credit report, then you can do a letter to the credit bureaus and let them know that, this person put this on your report, but they're not verifying that that's your information, that
Right.
that's your actual account. So
Got
I don't give them anything. I tell them, if you're telling me this is my debt, then you mail me a letter. And so it helps if they do mail you a letter within 30 days, you want to try to dispute that to keep them from getting it on your credit report if they haven't put it on there already. So
right.
the best time to do it is within the first 30 days of them trying to put that negative item on your credit report. But once it's in collections, I mean, it really serves no purpose to pay it.
Right.
Unless they say, like I said, unless they say in writing, not verbally, that they're going to remove that from your credit report once you pay that debt. People
Got
paying thousands of dollars to pay off collections that's going to do nothing for them. Absolutely nothing for their credit.
Wow.
It breaks my heart when I hear people say that. Like
Right.
I paid off this collection, I paid $1,600. Like, well, I hate to tell you, but you wasted your money. Now you need this credit repair, don't you?
Exactly.
You could have
Exactly.
paid the 1,600, got your credit repair for less than $3 a day, and you wouldn't even be looking at it right now. So
That part.
that part,
That
because how
part.
long you gonna be paying $1,600 on a collection?
And
You
and
gonna
then
be
if you really think about it, it's the intimidation factor, right? Like
yeah,
literally, you don't owe them anything because your company who you owe sold it off. And so therefore you
yes,
don't really have to pay them anything, but it's
no,
intimidation. Oh, you owe this amount.
unless you admit to it. Now, if they get you verbally admitting to that debt over the phone, then they can hold your feet to the fire on that
Right,
one.
right. See, uh,
That part. Yes, Titan.
uh-huh.
Look, my daughter is about to get upset with me.
Right.
I have to fix her some cereal. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. She just peeked her head out. But keep on talking about the credit part. I'm coming right back. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
All right, no problem. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so just make sure that you are working on your credit. So if you think about it, hold on, I'm not doing it. So if you think about it, what we're talking about is just basically taking care of yourself. So make sure that when your account goes to collection, because a lot of times what we do is we always feel that we got to pay it off. So let me back up. Let me back up. I don't want you to feel like you're trying to shy somebody or you're trying to get over on somebody or do something like that, right? Well, what I want you to understand, or what we're trying to get you to understand, is that once that account goes to collections, literally, you are that's just another thing that you have to work with or pay on. You don't have to do that. Figure out what's going on. So if you haven't talked to them already and it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, however long, once it goes to collections, unless you admit to it, like Talisha said, then it's not yours. And then okay, come on, let's be real. We know it's yours. We know it's yours because it's your debt. But think about this. You're going to be paying them, right? For this actual debt that you have. And the reality of it is you don't need to pay them. And I'm not going to say you don't ever need to pay them. What I'm going to say is right now in the moment when you're trying to live and you're trying to be and do, you don't need that extra. Think about this. If you go and you pay a let's say the debt is $1,000, right? And you are trying to live your life right now during this COVID and all of this, and you're over here trying to pay $1,000 in debt to a collection agency when you still got car note, insurance, light, gas, water. That's what we're trying to say. So once it goes to collections, do understand that that's not your priority anymore. I'm gonna put it like that.
Right.
Your priority is you right now dealing with what you're dealing with. Now, if you want to be a good Samaritan and pay your bill, then you go ahead and you pay it with the collection agency. However, what we're saying is that you don't have to do that. Don't agree to anything. Don't acknowledge anything like that. And if you really think about it, um, once you acknowledge, like it starts all over again.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
so
That
they didn't pay
7 years.
before.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you say, "Oh yeah, that's my bill." Oh, well, I'm tight and Capri. Oh, okay then. We starting over from zero.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna be contacting you. Now I'm gonna be contacting you with 3, 6, 7 numbers that you can't block all of them. I'm gonna keep contacting you. I'm gonna keep
Yes.
robo dial you. I'm gonna do all this kind of stuff. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna calm down. Because some collection agencies don't be playing. I be like,
They don't.
how did I block your number and you change one number on the end and you call me all over
Come
again?
back from your area code or area code of people that you deal with. They some slicksters.
Because
Yeah.
back in the day it used to be 800 numbers, right?
Yep.
800, 877, 866, 888,
Yep.
844, stuff like that. Now it's 832, 713, 281. You know what I'm saying? Like,
225, because I still got a Baton Rouge area code. 225. Like, oh, I know. You're not a family member. You calling from a 225 number. I already know who you are. You either trying to tell me that my warranty about to expire on my
Now,
car, or you trying to collect something. Well, not. I don't got nobody trying to collect nothing no more. Thank you, Jesus.
okay.
But whoop,
Well,
but I remember.
yeah, because I was gonna say the same thing. Like I remember my phone just blowing up from creditors, right? From collection agencies. I remember that, and thank God I don't have it anymore. But at the time, I was like, oh my God. So your phone gives you this nice little thing of blocking, right?
Mm.
However, if you don't necessarily take them all the way out, write that number all the way out, it'll go to your voicemail.
Oh, I
And,
didn't know that.
and the person will still leave a voicemail. Um, yes, this message is for Talisha. Talisha, could you give us a call back at da da
Yeah.
da 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 da? We look forward to hearing from you. And I'm saying to myself, we know that you are a collection agency because why is it? I work, Talisha, I worked for a collection agency for 6 months.
Mm.
Hated it. I hated it. We did parking tickets and we did medical bills. Hated it because
Uh,
I felt like I was approaching those old people. I'm not being
parking
funny,
tickets go on your credit?
huh?
You said y'all did parking tickets?
Parking tickets, yes.
What?
So here's the thing. So first off, you get a parking ticket, right? You don't pay it, and because it's a what do they call it? Because it's a I'm using municipal, but I don't think that's the right word. But what it happens is it goes to a collection agency, so it can go on your credit. I didn't even know that.
Oh, me either.
Yes. Have you ever saw the show Parking Wars?
Mm-mm. I
You know,
heard of it, but no, I never saw it.
oh, watch that show because they give you tickets, and if you don't, they will go out and boot your car. And so until you pay this, some people had $3,000 in parking tickets.
Mm.
Collection agency.
I got booted in New Orleans. I did get booted
Wow.
before. Yes,
Parking
yes.
in the wrong space.
Hmm.
Parking in the wrong place.
So I parked where I in a parking, like the paid parking, but it
Yeah.
was too hot to stand there at that machine. Sweat was running in my eyes. I was like, as soon as I get inside, I'm finna go to my phone and do it, babe. Baby, when I tell you, by the time I went and did everything,
Mm-hmm.
so I thought I was good. Didn't even know till after eat lunch or whatever, go back to
Yeah.
the car. There's a boot on my car. I'm like,
Yes, ma'am.
and the attendant was like, "You paid it too late." So
Yeah.
they must have been watching. As soon as you walk away,
That's
they
what I
like,
was gonna say. Tisha, I was gonna say they were like this.
yeah, like, ooh,
Okay,
they got that
okay.
one.
She didn't pay. She didn't pay. She's walking away. She's walking away. And then look. They were like this. Shh, Buddha, Buddha.
White Cadillac, little parking lot,
Okay.
number one,
All
two,
right.
four.
All
So
right. So we're on number 4.
yes, all right. Paying off collections. We done with that. All right.
Yeah.
Using more than 30% of your credit limit. So we already talked about that. You want to keep your credit utilization under 30%. That is 30% of your overall credit score. So don't ever underestimate the power of reducing the amount of debt on your revolving accounts. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then not having enough credit mix. Not so what's awesome is okay, so ideally you would want a mortgage, a car note, a credit
Yeah.
card, right? Or if you're not, you've paid off your car, maybe a loan or something. um but now you can credit your rent. So yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah. I heard of that.
yes.
Go
And
ahead.
so
Go
how
ahead.
credit my rent works is the company contacts your landlord or your property manager. So it's nothing for the landlord or the property manager to do except answer, yes, you pay your
Uh-huh.
rent every
Uh-huh.
month. And so each month they go to your creditor and landlord once you're enrolled in the Credit My Rent program, and they contact them and find out if you made your payment. So you made your payment, boom,
Ah,
it gets reported to your credit report. So that
nice.
is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
A beautiful thing. So then you got a credit mix. So if you don't have a mortgage, Now you're getting your rent reported. And you could go back to all the way back 2 years to have your rent reported.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now look, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're just gonna be honest about this. Those of you who don't never pay your rent on time, don't try this.
Don't try that. Don't do
Don't
it.
try it.
Don't try it. And so, and look, I know we got to wrap up, but I did want to add a bonus tip.
Okay.
Stop applying for credit.
Wait, what?
Stop applying for credit. Every time you go and apply for credit, that inquiry stays on your report for 2 years. So each inquiry can cost you anywhere from 3 to 7 to 10 points. So imagine this, picture it. You got 5 inquiries, and so that means you losing anywhere from 15 to 50 points on your credit score. So if you're trying to buy a house, or you know you're going to buy a car, or you know you're in the credit repair process, do not apply for credit. I don't care what they tell you you're going to get when you get approved for this credit card. Stop applying for credit, because if you apply for too much credit within the 6-month period, it looks like you're trying to overextend yourself, and you don't know how to manage that part of things, especially if you're applying for credit and your credit cards are over 30% utilization. Imagine the picture you're putting in the lender's mind.
Right.
So if you don't need to apply for a credit card, don't apply for the credit card. If you don't need to, if you're not truly ready to go ahead and buy a car, don't shop around. Shop around when you're ready to buy a car. Don't go like, oh, I just want to see if I can get approved. You're trying to see if you can get approved, because when you apply for a car, you may have 4 or 5 or even 6 different lenders run your credit. So you got this one that you went through, but now you got 6 other inquiries on your credit report. And so imagine you go to another lender, and then they run it, and then they run it with 2 or 3 people. So before you know it, you got 11 inquiries on your credit report. Now, you can request to get these inquiries off your credit report, because you never agreed to those other lenders to allow them to pull your credit. So there's better that could be done. Because I know I deal with people that say that, you know, my credit isn't bad. Well, you know, I deal with a lot of people say their credit isn't bad. So I'll get the credit.
Look,
and I'm not trying to be funny here. People be like, oh, all I got is this on my account. I don't have really nothing on my account. And then you look at their report like, oh, boo-boo. You did this. I don't know why you was trying to act like you didn't. Right? Because one collection can cost you, you know, anywhere from 30 to 100 points. So if you can get one collection off, it's worth what you have to pay to get that one collection off. So the inquiries. If you don't need credit, stop applying for credit. If you know you're trying to buy a house or you're trying to buy a car, let the professionals tell you whether or not you need to go ahead and apply for a credit card. But don't just be out there applying for credit cards and getting and I'm building my credit file. You got to do that strategically.
Yeah, and how long does the inquiry stay on your credit?
2 whole years.
Wow.
2 years. So, yes. So what you want to do is, if you have a lot of inquiries on your credit report right now, then you want to, you can even contact me and I can help you with getting those inquiries off if you feel like you don't need full credit restoration. But if you got 10, 11 inquiries on your credit report, you at least need to get those off.
And then not only that, you had said something on another on a previous show. You said that if you're going to do it, like I think you just said now, if you're going to do it all at one time. Don't spread it out, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, if I'm looking for a car, shopping for a house, or anything like that, I need to do it all within the same time frame. That way it doesn't hit my credit like again and again. Again, like, gotcha.
It's understandable, you know, like if you're shopping for a car, by the time you go to the 3rd dealership, they can see over the last 2 days your credit has pulled, but they know you're shopping.
Right.
So right. But don't just, because I hear people say like, oh, I just wanted to see if I can get approved for this car, but we're not ready to buy it. Well, why would you do that then? Don't let them pull your credit report.
Exactly. Why you window shopping and you ain't trying to buy? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. You window shopping, giving off your information. It's gonna cost you.
Okay. Exactly.
Window shop right.
Exactly. I think that sometimes we don't really understand credit because we don't know credit. We don't know how it works. We don't know the ins and outs because you said something to me when we were on the Real Talk 100 morning show. You said um, that the credit bureau is not government, right? Is that what you?
Right. They
Yeah.
are not government officials. They are not some government entity. That is a company who gets paid to report things on your credit report.
Never knew. Never
Boom.
knew. I remember when you said that, I was like, oh.
Yeah, because people be looking at the credit bureaus like the IRS or something. No, they're not. They're just the ones that, came up with the scoring model and won the bid, and then here they are today. But they are not an official, no government official or anything like that.
No government official. Okay.
No, they're not. So you don't have to be scared of them, and then you got to you take advantage of the rights that you have as a consumer, and you have the right to dispute all inaccurate, erroneous, or obsolete information on your credit report.
See that
People
part
be like,
right?
well, what if it belong to me? I don't give it. So you don't want to dispute it because it belong to you, or what? Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dispute everything.
That part.
That part, I don't care.
Indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize this morning. It seems that my Wednesday morning is packed this morning. So we normally would go on for about another 20, 30 minutes or so, but I have to kind of cut this short. But I want to thank Felicia for coming on this morning. We're going to have a part two. We're going to have a part two. We're going to come back and talk about these items. But ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing that you want to do is get your credit together, right? A good credit score, a healthy credit, it's a healthy life.
Yes.
Right? Right, in that aspect. Talisha, anything you want to tell them before we get out of here?
No, just if you need help with your credit, you can text me at 225-252-0091. Just text help, and then I'll respond to you and get some information over to you. And you can follow me on my page at TD Dags Credit Services, or you can go to my personal page, Talisha Dags, and I post some tips and things on there as well.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, one more thing.
No, go ahead.
Right now, I got something special for anyone who signs up for credit services by the 31st of July. So hit me up before the 31st of July if you're ready to talk.
You got about a day.
You
got about 2 days, ladies and gentlemen. So hit her up, for that special. But I think it's important that we all know about credit because most of the time, and I say this because we always wonder how does everybody else get the big houses and the nice cars and they can shop and they can do all this kind of stuff. Your credit plays a part.
Yeah.
Your credit plays a part in all of that. Sometimes a major part in all of it. Because if you go to make your big purchases, house, car, anything dealing with anything, your credit going to play a part. They will look at it, loans, all of this stuff. They're going to look at your actual credit. So, ladies and gentlemen, please take care of your credit. Contact Talisha if you want to know more. She's on Facebook. And then also, too, she gave you the phone number. What's the number one more time, Talisha?
Area code 225-252-0091.
And then text help.
Yep, just text help and I'll reach out to you.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I put it down into the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. So you can go and check her out. There's some good things going on. So please go ahead and check her out. Let her know. Show her some love. And then get your credit right.
Yes.
Get your credit right. That's what you do. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a good day. It has been a great time. We will come back for a part two to talk about the credit some more because it looks like we had some questions and things like that I want to make sure I get to. I've jotted them down. And so thank you so much, Talisha.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. It's Workshop Wednesday, y'all. See y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
All right. Hashtag T2P, come and take a sip of the thought with me.